I'm going to start this video off with Alyssa Vanilla. Now, she hasn't made a video in about a year. That is her YouTube channel, Alyssa Vanilla. Her last video was, a goodbye YouTube video. So I'm just hoping she's doing okay. It'd be nice if she'd make a follow-up video, or if she's Alyssa Vanilla is still around. Hey, make a comment on this video. That if you say anything here, I'll announce to my viewers what you're doing. I'll comment on your video. But anyway, Alyssa Vanilla. Now, I first started following her channel maybe 3-4 years ago. She had a little small minivan. I don't remember what it was. It was a GM Astro van or something like that. And she's having trouble with it. And well, it would quit on her. She ended up, she had several garages look at it and couldn't figure it out. But Chick, if you'd had a gearhead boyfriend to tag along with you, I'm sure that he could have figured that thing out. A couple of times I said, if I were just there with her, I'd try this and I'd try that. Of course, I have no idea if that worked or not. Short of actually being there on the ground with it and troubleshooting it. I think we'd keep the thing parked next to a self-service auto wrecking yard. It would go in there and rob all the switches, sensors, all the various pieces of wiring harness. Now my pickup, I spent 5 days on this stupid. It was a connector that went in the back of the distributor, just back behind the engine. You can't see it. I actually had to take I had a real good schematic for the vehicle, and just troubleshooted with an ohm meter back through there, and then found a particular circuit. And when I actually went in there, I could actually peek in there and see that the wires were broken. Once I saw it, it made complete sense. But I said if Alyssa Vanilla had a gearhead boyfriend to diagnose that, she'd probably still be driving that minivan. Of course, what she did, she sold it to after she had spent a small fortune with garages. She sold it to a wrecking yard. She bought a bus ticket back to her mother's, and then she found something a little bit bigger. She decked it out. She used that for a while. Then she bought something else. She went through 3 or 4 vehicles in her off her channel, where she'd custom deck them out, to do what she wanted. But anyway, if Alyssa Vanilla is still out there, if you maybe she's out there making videos on for the different channel name or something. But I think if she was still on YouTube, she'd be using the same name. Of course, maybe she's on TikTok or one of the other platforms. I don't know. But anyway, that's for Alyssa Vanilla. Now there might be 2 or 3 chicks out there that just want a part-time boyfriend. I can see that kind of working, just to have a guy drag along with them for a few months to fix something, and then when that's fixed, it's obviously got to work. I say, well, bye Charlie or whatever, or bye James. It's been fun, but of course I tell you what's probably going to happen after a few months. Not only are you going to enjoy the company of somebody, you're going to enjoy everything that goes along with having somebody, and you're going to find yourself becoming attached to somebody. So you're going to want to keep that up for. As long as the 2 of you can stand each other. You follow what I'm saying here. The next thing I'm going to cover, I've covered this a couple of times. Now, I said this, several days ago. I want to get Sabina Hossenfelder and Bob Lazar at the conference table to debate each other on physics, quantum mechanics. Now, Bob Lazar had claimed that he had a bunch of different, degrees in different branches of physics. But Stanton Friedman died a few years ago, but Stanton Friedman was, a well-known physicist. I think that's what his field was. But anyway, he was pretty sharp on stuff. He'd ask Bob Lazar some very simple stuff, some high school type physics questions, and Bob Lazar couldn't even answer him. So I would like to get Bob Lazar in a room with, well, since, Sabina Hossenfelder is already on YouTube, she can make a YouTube video of it. I can make a YouTube video of it. Now, what we do, we'd have, now Bob Lazar is in Las Vegas. I think he's still in Las Vegas. But anyway, we arranged to get me, Sabina Hossenfelder, and Bob Lazar in a conference room. It could be a motel room somewhere, and we discuss physics. Of course, at the same time, we're drinking beer and schnapps and I don't know, whatever else all 3 of us could agree upon to drink, and we just have a wild old time of it. I think you can see where that type of thing, it's probably going to get to the silly and obnoxious after a while, depending upon, or at least for me, because alcohol makes me stupid. Anyway, that's probably not going to happen, but just tossing that out there. If Bob Lazar or Sabina Hossenfelder want to are on board with this, hey, let me know. Of course, you probably wouldn't want to get in a motel room and consume large amounts of alcohol with the rest of us. We're talking about a pickup. Now, yesterday I worked on it. I took that plug out and I sealed it up with some silicone. I've dumped, a friend of mine got me a couple of quarts of tranny oil, so I'm going to dump that in this morning. If I can make this thing roll, is a job or two I'll probably do today. If I do get rolling, I'll let you know. And I'm pretty sure I fried a couple of clutches in there. So see how well my pickup, see how well that transmission does. Now I'm debating whether to completely go through one of those transmissions or just I've got about 3 other. I've got a total 4 of those, one in there, and 3 other transmissions I picked up in the wrecking yards. This is like a 4L60E. That's like a 5-speed automatic transmission. It's like 5-speed with it's got overdrive and it's got a lock-up torque converter on there. Now I'm thinking if I can roll this thing, I've probably got like maybe a few weeks or months